I think this has a lot of potential for some things that we can do, both freshwater and saltwater. Hey there, it's Mike with the Fish Tank Barn, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to revisit a video I did a couple months ago regarding the Zest bubble biofilter. That video, we explored some of the DIY aspects of that filter and gave our first impressions of it as we set it up here in the Fish Tank Barn. Today we're going to revisit some of those projects and take a look at what's going on with the filters that are currently running in the Fish Tank Barn today. And also we're going to see if my opinions changed at all about the Ziss filter since the prior video. So let's get started. The first tank we come to here is the 90-gallon Discus tank. As you can see, the Ziss filter is operating the same way it was when we set it up a couple of months ago. The only thing that's different is a little bit of algae has grown on the side of the filter. Now if we scan back and take a look at the tank as a whole, you can see a lot of the algae problems that this tank has had in the past have dissipated. However, I can't attribute that all to the Ziss filter. There have been other changes in this tank, adding additional plants and adding additional filtration. But all in all, I can say the Ziss filter was one of the tools that led to the successful turnaround of this tank. Okay, we are now at the 245-gallon saltwater tank. This is the tank we set up with the Dr. Tim's biomedia as one of our DIY projects. As you can see, the biomedia is spinning at quite a fast rate. But however, we've gotten most of the biomedia spinning. That being said, I have seen a significant decrease in the cyanobacteria in both this tank and the 125-gallon plywood tank that's connected to it. So I could say for sure that you could use this as an air-driven bioreactor for your saltwater tank. I still do want to explore running this as a water-driven option for your reef tanks to eliminate the use of the bubbles. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So let's revisit now the DIY section from the last video where we took a look at making the Ziss filter into a water-driven bioreactor. So let me go ahead here and explain to you some of the issues that I've run into in making this into a bioreactor. If you remember from the last video, we had a lot of water coming out of the bottom. Initially, I thought it was just the black part. So as you can see here, there's holes with the black section. There's also, if you go to the green section, there's holes there as well. So you have to cover up both sets of holes. And then finally, if you look here, there's a third hole that needs to be filled if you want the water to flow upwards in the Ziss filter and come out of the top without it leaking out of the bottom. Now that we've looked at the places on the bottom where the water can escape, let's go ahead and see if we can flip this around like this and see if we can get it to work. So let's go ahead and we'll set up a little test with that. Okay, we just started the water here. As you can see, not a lot's going on. So, like I kind of thought when we started this, but the water is all just kind of going out of the bottom and not really tumbling out of the top. So when you first put it in, it does kind of tumble, but doesn't really do much. I do have one last idea to try to get this to be a water-driven media reactor. So one of the last things I'm going to try here is this is some Gorilla Tape, and I'm going to tape the hole shut with the Gorilla Tape and see if that will actually get it to flow out of the top. I do have this Gorilla taped as well now, and really doesn't do a whole lot of good. So the media is not moving still, so really don't think you can really water drive this. Now let's talk a little bit about what we kind of found out. So from a recommendation standpoint, I would still recommend the Ziss filter. So I'm not knocking it at all. It's doing what it's made to do. I was a little more hopeful that I could do some more DIY things with it. With that being said, you can run things like, like a carbon in a bag, maybe some GFO, things like that. But I really wish I could have driven it with water. I think the design on the bottom really kind of prohibits that. Like I said in the last video, and others have said, it's one of the tools for your toolbox. If you find that a moving bed filter is something that you could use on a small scale like this, maybe replacing a sponge filter, this would definitely be something you should look into. I do appreciate you guys watching this video. If you like it, hit the like button. Watch some of the other videos here on the channel. If you like the channel, just smash the subscribe button, ding the notification bell, And as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.